welcome back, stream. Um, OBS always has a problem when our internet resets, and I definitely need to get that internet reset at a more sensible time for us.
I mean, in theory, it is a sensible time for most people.
Yeah, but not for, I said for us, because we stream here. I usually do not stream at 10 a.m., so it will be 10 a.m. Also, yeah, with the vampirism, I get it.
So, one of the forecast models I use is really fond of creating false positives for like hurricanes. Like it just will randomly just throw hurricanes into the model, like randomly, like there'll be a hurricane on one run and then it won't be there next. But I'm starting to think that this hurricane that it's showing is not a false positive because it's shown it in the last couple runs. The last thing we need right now is another hurricane, since 2 major hurricanes just hit Florida.
Yeah, where would this one go?
Be careful there.
Well, on this model run, it shows that it hits the Big Bend and North Carolina, which is right exactly where the last one went. That would be bad. And this one is showing a preliminary pressure indicator of 920 millibars, which would make it a Category 5.
That would
not
be
great. Very bad. Yeah, last mermaid landfall was a Category 3, and the one before that was a Category 4.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it was a Category 5 and ago, but...
One of the strongest Category 5s of all time, actually.
Yeah. Frighteningly fast, also.
Not that surprising, honestly. The Gulf is a friggin' it's a friggin' hot tub right now. It's like 90 degrees, or it's close to human body temperature. That's how hot it is.
Oh, so 36.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're using normal values, not
not made up British units or whatever.
Oh fuck yeah. I mean, I can definitely see that this would happen again, which would be bad, but yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's been GFS, like the forecast model that I'm using right now is good for like global climate patterns, but like it's ass at forecasting for hurricanes. When it starts showing a hurricane like consistently time over time, you gotta start worrying. And this one has been showing a couple times over and over, so not guaranteed, but it doesn't inspire confidence. I'm trying to figure out, like, next weekend looked really was looking really promising for storm chasing, because it was showing some well, this hurricane's fucking with my storm chase potential for a storm chase next week, because there's basically like, it looks like there's a big like low pressure system like up in Canada that's gonna pull some warm moist air up from the Gulf of Mexico up into the Midwest, which means that like a cold front moving in from Canada will move over the top of it, which is like a tornado food, like has the potential to create like a tornado outbreak somewhere in the Midwest, which is great for me, bad for the Midwest, but great for me.
It's a long season, it seems.
Yeah, and unusually, I mean, it's been an unusually
no climate change.
Definitely not that.
Totally
some
not.
kind of a climate.
The climate is not changing. It's varying.
Yeah.
It's a climate
Never changed.
variation.
It always was like that back
There
in
was
the
always
80s
weather.
and 70s and 90s when we were young.
God.
Always.
There's no climate change because it also got cold back in the day. Like yes and no. Hey, climate change
Snow
is real
existed.
because it got so cold in Chicago. Everything like the tracks froze, and you're like, yeah, maybe. But maybe if you ask the meteorologist, they might have an actual fitting answer that makes more sense than just it got cold. It's not the reason. It's not real. But yeah, Tower is harsh. Tower is harsh. Honestly,
But it's fun.
Yeah.
We
Honestly,
might get
I
another
wish.
Shuara effect, which is where a low pressure system from like we're an Arctic cold, like basically we're like an Arctic low pressure system, like sucks the hurricane up into it. This thing is wild looking, very wild looking. Well, I could probably just share it in the screen so you guys can see what's happening here, because this thing is cool. Basically, it's like an extra tropical cyclone absorbs a tropical cyclone. It's very weird. You usually it's the reason it has like a Japanese name is because it usually doesn't happen in the United States. It usually happens like in the Western Pacific. Very weird, a very weird thing.
By the way, they're still a bit concentrated because doggo.
No, yeah.
It's deadly doggo. I mean, Tower is harsh, but honestly, I'd say I kind of want to have Hunting Road back. Like, if they want to have an endgame in Wilds, I would even say copy fucking Hunting Road. The big problem is with Hunting Road that it's available from the beginning of G rank, and it just gives so much of G rank that it's kind of stupid. But in general, I like the idea of a roguelite Monster Hunter end mode much more than whatever the fuck was going on in Rise. Or World for that matter. Like, the grinding lands suck. Sorry, they made them less grindy, but they were still grindy.
It
Like,
wasn't fun,
not the
right? That was the problem.
yeah, not the fun one. This is like, oh hey, you start with nothing and you have to manage your resources and go through it. Well, like that's just good. If you put it actually at the end, I like the idea of the further you advance, the more materials to buy you unlock, and it's like, yeah, cool. Because you can then skip actually, some of the really stupid grind which they had in Rise, but behind a stupid system where you basically yes, it was kind of the whole Apex system from 4, but in shit, because it was literally just hunt the infected monsters, and it was just, but there's only like one where you get bonuses to grind up faster, and those were low level monsters, and you only could do them a certain amount of time, so you just like killed 3 Lagombis back to back, and it was so boring. It was so utterly fucking boring.
Okay, we do go Magala.
And then they also had like, to unlock that you can buy the special material, you have to kill the monster like 5 times. We're like, okay,
10 times.
that's doable, except for Primordial Maldino, which is like 25 times. And like, oh god. And you need to be a high hunter rank, because here's the thing, there was still the hunter rank grind, which was even worse, because guess what? Some subspecies you only unlock the singular fight. Like, there's one you could technically skip by an event quest, not the other one. You unlock like, I think 3 subspecies and their armor sets, which are viable, like actually relevant end game sets, by grinding up your rank. And it's so slow. It is so utterly boring and slow.
Maybe.
This was my last one.
A bit careful with Gore here. Because Gore here is a bit stronger.
It's strong Gore.
Well, I think I did a better job than last time.
I mean, I was too aggressive with Mido Bachmann, that was it.
Told you to not be aggressive.
Yeah, but I had to heal somehow. Also, thank you for the follow, Drow. Very appreciated. Definitely to do more late night Frontier streams. They seem to be popular. I think the big part why I think Tower works better than all the other grinds is A, it's very rapid fire back to back. There is a certain amount of, tension because again you can only buy material from tower points in the tower, and most importantly, you have clear goals. Reach this level, reach that level, and it gets progressively harder, but also, you're like, okay, you choose between two monsters. That's an easy decision, and it's varied. That's good. That's what they need. Not, kill 3 Lagombis. Again. And it's kill 3 Lagombis where, one part on the body glows red, and that actually takes extra damage. And you have to hit that part specifically because the rest is a health sponge, and like, okay, honestly, this version of Gore is really fun. Similar, I would say, their version of Sirigus is also great. They have some really good ones. Don't do Uragan though. Uragan Air Force gave me fucking nightmares. I quite literally went into it like, I just need Uragan helmet. It's just an Uragan, how bad can it be? I went out with PTSD. It's like, oh, it's on the other side of... It rolled to the other side of the arena. No, don't jump. Why do you jump that much? I call it the Uragan Air Force for a reason. That's my bad. Ooh. Honestly, I want to have your take. I kind of want to comment on that when you say you have more gripes how they are done in the world. I mean... Oh.
Scabby.
I mean, I have my problems with the world lineup, but I get why it was how it was. Generally, I think Frontier has some of the best monster designs in the series. That is just criminal that they are not in the main line. But yeah, that's me. It's on Espionage was like, yeah, it was, the one that should have been a monster at Free Night, but they cut it because people were little pissy babies. Sorry, they were. Endgame world ones are just not exactly player friendly at all. Also, holy shit, those horns. I mean,
they're mostly designed upon range, if you ask me.
Yeah, that is one of those things in the world where you really feel like most monsters in the end game are like, you play heavy bowgun, you have no problem. I think they have a few problems, I would say, and it is that they try to be more gamey, but miss the mark, you know? Oh,
I was pretty sure it would die, so I still have
wow.
2 revives. So.
Damn!
Yeah.
It's going well for you.
Yeah, comparatively.
Yeah, like, it's just, there's just some examples where, like, I think one of the best examples is, in my opinion,
Let's just try and...
how's it called? How they did, it was not Astalos, it was with A though. The Elder Dragon with A, how was it called?
Alatreon?
Alatreon, yeah.
Yeah, I hated
Like-
that thing in Worlds. It's terrible.
Like, you know what, Safi Jiva, I got to a degree that they wanted to have the whole rage mechanic. That was a thing also in, you know, in Frontier. I don't think that was bad, but then they had stuff like, oh, you have to suddenly hide behind a pillar to not get nuked, and it's like,
It's not Safi.
it was Safi Jiva.
Okay, then I just don't remember the fight.
So like, where you pretty much able to swap elements, but you can't find. I mean, you don't need to swap elements. You just need to get elemental damage, enough elemental damage onto Alatreon to, you know, lower the damage of his AOE attack. So Agonia basically made it with Ice Greatsword, because that is another thing. They really fucking did it so that elemental damage was just preferable on all weapons, which is stupid. Like, I'm sorry, Hammer and Greatsword are raw damage weapons. You should be able to, you know, do some, you know, elemental builds with it, sure, but like, having a whole monster be like, you fight with elemental or go home, that was kind of the antithesis to the whole series, you know? At least in my opinion. I didn't dislike, you know, I didn't really dislike, you know, the Siege. That was still fun. I think Iceborne had more bad designs in that regard. But yeah, Alatreon was like, good lord, like,
Especially because you didn't know where his elemental weakness was strongest.
Yeah, the thing is, how the fuck are you supposed to find out that, oh, to kill Alatreon you need to have elemental and need to attack the front legs and basically just focus on the front legs, and then the whole fucking thing is just, it will be a breeze. I mean, I get it, but like,
I did
I mean,
it
if you-
solo, so it's possible, but
it's possible.
it's not a good designed fight.
It was not good design. They did it for a spectacle, and then the mechanic was just bad.
I think I died once, so I get those.
You did die once,
Those.
and I get it. Honestly, the more extreme monsters in Frontier get ironically away with a lot of.
It gets worse than
Mhm.
with 2.
What did you expect? I mean, I think a lot of them get away with it for one simple reason. Extreme style. Like, extreme style and magnet spikes kinda allowed them to just be like,
And Tonfas.
and Tonfas, yeah, but mostly Tonfas, yeah, they allowed them to do a lot of really over-the-top monster fights that still felt fair because, well, you have a shit ton of, you know, a big ability to do. Extreme style is actually really fun to, like, I think, if you get to, I think Frontier had for me a few moments that just, you know,
Yeah, that's just weird.
worked, you know. I think the big one is the first ones where, well, I was playing DOS slash, you know, a different version of, you know, DOS Freedom 2 slash, not really Freedom Unite, but like, it was kinda that, with new monsters. was cool. Then, ironically, I would say the other big point where I felt really that felt really great was, oh, that's Senef Dura Gerusu, which is, you know, the chain wyvern, you know, the
I think I'm dead.
the dragon one.
Okay.
Yep.
Guts activated. I'm alive for now.
These are definitely the ones where you're like, yeah, you need either extreme style or the magnet spikes to get through those things. But also Zenith armor, which are we, I can even beat the first subspecies. The fuck is this? Fun. Okay, here's the thing. You will have much less problems when you are actually, you know, Zenith rank and have some Zenith armor, because a few things happen. First of all, bigger armor, period. Second of all, if you get your resistance to an element above 55, you're immune to the Zenith Blights. So
Which you can do in G rank.
it's kind of easy. Yeah, we're doing it right now. It's not a problem. But also, keep in mind that yeah, it also has a second phase. Keep in mind that later skills are composite skills. So, for example, you get Sword God, and Sword God has.
You can open it up.
Yeah, let's just open it up. You know what? Should I do the browser thing again? Should I do the fucking browser thing again? As I do. Let's get into the fucking browser. Wrong browser.
This is a really cool looking boomer shooter I'm gonna check out. Looks like it's coming out soon. It's called Cruel. It looks dope as hell. You guys seen this yet?
Not yet. I played Butcher's Creek today, like earlier. That one is good. It actually gave me like a heart, like a racing heart. Okay,
Hell
so
yeah.
Sword God, search. So here's the thing: you have Sword God +3.
You generally go for 2, but yes.
You go for 2, but like if you have 2, it's sharpness +1, razor sharp +2, and fencing +2 in one skill. Meaning, you know, you have one more instant of sharpness, you lose less sharpness, and you do not bounce on parts of monsters. All in one skill. Those are the skills you have later. Like there's also, for example, Eason. Eason gives you affinity and another crit modifier that stacks with other sources. Free Worlds is unaffected. You get high-grade earplugs, Dragon Windbreaker, and Quake resistance. Like,
Oh, fluid stack. Okay, I can buy it.
Oh, nice.
those are the things you will have in G rank. So if
Yeah.
you're like, how the fuck am I supposed
Also-
to kill these things?
In G rank, you also have up to 12 active skills. So you can have 12 skills. But then there are special Zenith skills from Zenith Armor that give you more skill slots. So you can have up to 18. That's really efficient, but
Yeah, good food. Yeah,
God food.
good. It's 2 O's.
Good? Oh,
Good.
my glasses aren't good enough anymore.
Also, if you keep doing your daily, okay, do you know what is the best bento to use? You know, sticky pasta and where to get the materials. Just asking. You know, we're doing Frontier. It's nearly 5 a.m. again. Fuck. Like, oh, I'm going to
Yeah, I
bed
gave up
early
to have
today.
normal.
Oops. Frontier
up?
grinding.
I mean, it's on you. You decided to play Frontier.
But hey, we got to level 10. Now
I
we
have
can.
medals earned. I don't know what it is, but I have earned medals.
Cool.
Japanese
Yeah.
medals.
But you can actually go to. You know, you can buy it now.
Huh?
I just.
The
I
two
do
decos
not
are on
because
the
I don't have
Espina's
access to
muscle,
daily
yeah.
missions. Oh,
Where they are doesn't matter.
okay,
Okay.
here's the thing. For daily missions, you have to go here, to General Store, okay? And claim the daily special.
That gives you endpoints and refreshes your daily quests.
Because you can only do 2 daily quests. You need to do this first, then you can do daily quests. And then you do, just let me show it, you go to her, best girl, cute design, amazing, love her.
Daily and
And
on the bottom.
is hunting support as our food. Because that gives you rainbow lettuce, cream parsley and bitter cheese. And with that, you can make sticky pasta, and that is the best bento you can have.
If you just activate the quest and go to the bento ingredients there, you can show it. No, the quest!
Wait,
We're on the quest already. It doesn't matter which quest.
nah.
Yeah, go in there. So now bento, and there you can see the ingredients.
Okay, rainbow lettuce and tuna blowfish, but like, yeah. Health plus 50, stamina plus 50, attack up large, and defense up medium. If you know what to do, here's a again tip. You grind that you do that every day. You have
And
a
have
lot of good
rebellism,
buff.
hey.
Yeah, you have that.
Was
Nice.
about time.
Again, on the other side, that is good. Yeah, that is really good. So yeah, if always go to the always get your daily special first, then you can do them, and then you have the best buff food. And again, if you have a clan, and just so you know, this will use up some points. I think if we are on the same private server, but probably I think there's only one really. Anyway,
There's several.
oh yeah, probably.
There's the big one. There's Rain.
Mhm.
It's not where we are, so it could be a bit different from Rain.
Yeah, I don't know why I got in here, but
That's
well.
what we found back
that's
then.
the one we found. Yeah. But yeah, if you do this, you have it. Iron Rain US. Yeah, okay. Maybe we should take a look into that one as well one day. But yeah, like you do this, though it's a hardcore Gendrome, so doable, but a bit hard. You have enough. And yeah, if you have a clan and you get the clan up and you get it to 15, you can actually just buy food there and then have an extra buff on top, like all resist plus 20, meaning every element plus 20. That is on top. Again, clan food is on top.
Also, I have found what you meant.
Mm-hmm.
You can, in fact, combine the armor charm with the armor talent to one, and the same for power, and do it to a hunter talent charm. You can
Wow.
do that.
Oh wow.
I will now look up if they still stack, or if not.
By the way, if you also want to work towards something, exotics is for you really good, because it was the second point where I was like, oh yeah, I'm actually feeling this. They do not. Yeah, that makes sense if they don't stack. It's just a combination of everything, I feel.
Could be, but I will see if that's also the case for our server.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you are, if the exotic armors are actually one of those moments where, like, I was 4 slots free. That's actually true. Well, 3 more.
I mean, I
free.
don't need slots, so you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, again, this was another point where I was like, oh yeah, I was feeling Frontier, and that's the exotics armor, because they added them later, and they are kind of a cheat thing to bypass, you know, the whole end game grind of higher rank. But I do love them. First of all, it's just stuff like Zenogre, or you know, Brachydios, Nagakuga, and you're like,
You can just show your old armor.
no, what? Yeah, right. So one of the more interesting things is that change equipment. So how I went through. That's that. Interesting. Where did my helm go?
Probably on top
Oh, there,
where
yeah.
you are messy.
Yeah.
Maybe try to find your old lands.
I need SR and Hunter rank 5. Okay, so I guess you need to get a bit more. I don't know where my old lands is, but... Oh yeah, right. So how I entered G rank. So what is really cool about exotic armors is, and you're probably like, wait, that's a weird mixed armor set. So the thing that I really liked about them are, first of all, they have good skills, and you're like, okay. But, and this is the big but, equipment status. Rookie, Ruko lands. Ooh,
Ah,
that's neat. So as you can see, that's a lot of stuff right there. Because, and this is the big thing,
on R, you can see it. R. R1. Those are the automatic skills.
yeah. Those are skills granted because every single piece of exotic gear grants you a skill flat. Like, if you have a piece of Uragan armor, you have guard +2. If you have a piece of Devil Joe armor or weapon, you get speed eating. Naga, evasion +2. Zerios, crit eye +5. Gore is like status immunity
No.
myriad.
It's focus 2.
Oh, is it that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shagaru
it's-
is status immunity myriad.
Shagaru is status immunity myriad, meaning status immunity myriad means you will not get hit affected by paralysis, poison, sleep, any of that anymore. You don't care. You just don't care.
Lead still though.
I fucking love this. Like it was the first time where you really felt strong in this game.
And then you needed to do Hunter rank 5.
6.
Yeah.
6 was the thing.
Yeah, oh yeah, right, yeah. I remember roughly.
So yeah, that is cool. Honestly, just wondering. Why did we never upgrade our exotics?
Look what they need.
I mean, it's doable.
You didn't want more. I
Yeah,
think.
fine. Fair.
Let me look. Maybe I upgraded mine.
I don't think we ever did went up there. So like, I'm like, wouldn't that be actually smart if we actually upgraded? You know, if we killed the G rank exotics, upgraded that armor, and then you use that set to get to hunting road 20. Why haven't we done that?
I think we should upgrade some of them. And the Zinogre G Greaves I have upgraded.
Huh? Interesting. We need Def 20. Probably need to upgrade them more. We could, you know what? Let's just look on the internet.
What do you want to see there?
How they fare stat-wise later. Open up, Ferias. I need your help.
You could also just use the set searcher, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, we're going for Zinogre. Yeah.
For some reason.
I mean, let's... there we go. So we would get go up to GX with your grief. So, well, how are they? You would get
380.
380 defense. That is
Okay.
okay, less than what you have here, but it would be decent for sharpness, edge master, absolute defense, vampirism. They give you vampirism.
Yeah.
Huh.
I already have some ideas incorporating some of them.
I just realized maybe we should have just upgraded our exotics armor.
Maybe.
Maybe?
There aren't many guides for this game.
Fair point. So just so you know, we're also kind of figuring it out. We're not regularly streaming this. This is more like, you know, Patrick is here, Marissa's here. We're just, you know, vibing.
Yeah.
And tomorrow
Having a
evening
good time.
is Ghostwire Tokyo, so we're stealing the city empty.
In under 20 hours, actually.
Ooh.
Yes. So today
Wait,
is going
no,
to
that's
be the stream.
yeah, it's 380. So, and for me it would be like
We have almost 5 AM.
Well, as far as I can tell, I'm sorry, I'm like zoned in trying to figure out if Laura Loomer actually like interviewed Reed Timmer anywhere, and I cannot find any evidence that this ever happened. Pretty sure she just made it up.
damn. I mean,
Pretty sure she just made it up. Like, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Reed to interview somebody like this, but I haven't seen any. I look. I haven't seen any evidence that the guy's like a MAGA chud or anything like that. You know, like he is kind of like a meathead, and he is kind of like conservative coded, but he doesn't say anything like that's like overtly like the guy like the guy has all the like. Outwardly, the guy looks like he could be like one of those conservative chuds, right? Like he has like he drives the big truck. He has the kind of like
so he
southern
could,
twanginess about him. Like he's very conservative coded. But he's like a scientist. He talks about science topics, and he's a biologist who talks about biology topics. So like, I don't know, hard to say. I feel like he definitely tries to like, and his audience very heavily conservative. I know this because my audience very heavily conservative. So I don't know. I'm racking my brains over this. I'm not sure because if I approach him about this and ask him about it, I'd be showing my hand too. So I don't want to. This is bothering me. It's bothering me a lot. I don't want Reed Timmer to be a MAGA chud, but also I have so many questions about this. But also, like, Laura Loomer's just a grifter, you know? Like, she's just running her grift. She could have just put that out there to just, like... Because she, like, probably could have put that out there and, like... Here's what I think might have happened, right? She might have reached out to him, and he might have said, like, sure, whatever. But then, like, found out who she was and be like, nope.
it could be, actually, yeah.
Yeah, because, like... Because, I mean, she's out here, like, talking about how they can steer hurricanes. And, like, I think maybe...
Okay, you know what? It would be so fucking funny if if you know, she actually tried to get an interview, just being like, can you talk about the weather control program of the government? And he was just like, what?
Yeah, I mean, the reason I think she would have picked him is, one, because, yeah, he has a huge conservative audience. But two, like, Laura Loomer is dumb, but she's not that dumb. Like, she would probably try to, like, pitch him in a way to her audience where she would control the narrative, because that's like her whole grift, right? Is she always like frames things incorrectly, right? The way that she would control the narrative with him is that she would like have him on for a segment where she would ask him some like really softball questions to try to lend herself some legitimacy, where she would like interview him briefly but then like make the entire segment about weather control, right? So she would try to use him to legitimize her bullshit.
Yeah,
Right, where
that's...
she would like ask him like, so tell me about chasing tornadoes, and then after he left, she would talk about weather control, right? Like that's how she does her shit.
That sounds like he might have dodged this, but okay, you found something.
Also, how the fuck is Laura Loomer younger than me? What the fuck?
Everyone is younger than you.
Patrick,
Because we're old now.
Just happened.
we all enter our oh god, I am old era now.
I
You know?
ignore it. It just doesn't happen.
This is actually me making fun of the fact that being a conservative like ages you 10 years.
It does, like, holy shit. But like,
Yeah, you know, look, I'm in no place to talk about people looking older than their age. I've definitely smoking has done me no favors, but holy shit, being a conservative grifter has done her no favors either.
I mean, it is how's it called?
It's more unhealthy than cigarettes, so it's fine. for
I
you.
mean, like, the thing is, a lot of those grifters are basically, they're a cult, and it's just not a fulfilling way to live your life. Like, I think one of the best examples is, you know, if you look at any new photo, for example, you know, J.K. Rowling, there's just nothing in her eyes. They're dead.
Oh
Like,
yeah, she has
it-
the
it-
dead eyes.
It like, and so many have that. You know, okay, either it is like this gleam of you really want shit to burn just to feel something, or you're dead inside. because again, it's not fulfilling. You can't calm down. If you constantly have to reaffirm your, broken worldview because that's the thing, it clashes with reality at every single corner. You will just end up being exhausted because it's exhausting.
Oh yeah, So one of the things I think I want to do now that I have like a little bit more of a public profile is I think there's a grifter who I have had kind of in my sights for like the last decade or so, and now that Alex Jones is being sold, literally being sold for parts, his whole media empire is just being sold off for pennies on the dollar. This other grifter has now sort of like moved in on him. There's a cult leader by the name of Ben Davidson, and his whole grift has been kind of like bubbling in the background. And now that Alex Jones isn't there anymore, all of Alex Jones's like audience, his flock is lost, going after Ben Davidson. Oh, sorry.
Can I just point one thing? By the way, Drow. Sorry if that sounds weird, but like, okay, I just looked at your Twitch profile because you said you started Monster Hunter with Try. So there's this. Okay, I wanted to say it's a joke theory because I was like, I only met these kinds of people, but. So the joke is, I only met people. People who started Monster Hunter with Try who turned out to be trans women.
Try is the trans woman game.
It's a trans woman game. You start with Monster Hunter Try, you're trans. That's just a fucking thing. I'm sorry, I just looked at your profile out of curiosity. Why
The
does
replay's
this
out again.
Why is it keep being confirmed? Fuck.
Yeah. Yes, like even people, we just wrote it on Twitter like months ago, and people were like, I'm not trans. Are you sure? Months later, yes. I might be trans. It's just like, sorry, like, oh no, I'm jokes on you, I'm cis. Okay, sorry. I looked at your profile on Twitch, just to recap, okay? I looked at your profile on Twitch because I was like a bit curious, because you said you started Monster Hunter with Try. And I have this joke theory going, because I just keep meeting these people that everyone who started Monster Hunter with Try is a trans woman. So Monster Hunter Try makes you trans. It just keeps being confirmed. And again, I had one person who was like, well, I started with Try and I'm cis. And then shortly later we're like, okay, actually I'm not so sure anymore. Which is just, good fucking lord, this game. Hilarious. And it's not even cherry-picked. We just haven't found someone yet.
It's not cherry-picked.
We haven't found someone yet who started with Try who isn't a trans woman.
I know some people started with 3 Ultimate, that apparently lets you be cis, but not Try. I do not know what it was. I don't know what it is about Try.
Nothing. It's just hilarious statistics.
It is hilariously weirdly skewed statistics. Is it just completely, anecdotal evidence?
Yes.
Yes?
But it's funny.
It's still fucking funny. I'm sorry. This thing haunts me. Also, you made the perfect picture for that, Marissa, didn't you?
Also, I get you with the lance. We bullied Nya the whole time. That she didn't have a long lance.
Oh yeah. Yeah, her lance is shorter again.
Yeah.
But not as crooked anymore, so you win some to lose some, so...
We're right back. Identifying as cis to say I played female models for the hitbox. Yeah, I just played a female characters because, can't you play a male character? No, I just kinda dislike it for reasons. And the box that the box trap, it's just a copy of Try. What are you doing? I want the strongest lance because big weapon go blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Also, I need to point out, it doesn't, the length of the lance doesn't matter. It's about the statuses they inflict.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, see, that's it.
But you're always a bit weird about when it comes to the leg of your lance.
Shut
about
up. Well, great. This is another evening where my stupid theory of everyone who starts with try is a transformer gets confirmed. Ow. No, seriously, like, I think I just met, like, 3 people and I was like, well, that I just make up this thing, and it just came.
Yeah.
You see why you can't touch me. I mean, fair point. Honestly, I like the fact that there are, that's, honestly, again, this is probably one of those systems I also kind of want to see in the mainline systems, because it makes sense, that different weapons have actually length, like, short, like, I like, for example, that
normal, long, very long, short, and very short.
Yeah, for example, I really like the fact that, for example, the Abiyorugu longsword, quote unquote,
It's a short
is
sword.
really short, but is strong in comparison. So, like, you actually need to go really close and play longsword way differently, and, like, that's cool. That is really fucking cool, actually. The length system should be in the mainline series, actually.
The magnet spike should be in the mainline series.
You know what? I get Tonfas, but you really want to see the world burn.
No, I just want to play magnet spikes.
It's called Fun Design. It actually is fun design.
Yeah.
That Frontier has so many good designs, and it sucks that it just keeps being,
Sidelined.
yeah.
So do you want to sleep, actually?
I think I want to sleep, like, so
Yes.
again,
Time zone difference, because here it's nearly 5.
it's nearly 5 a.m.
Actually, I have a little not appointment at 9, but I have to go somewhere.
Somewhere.
Oops.
Yeah, my sister had a birthday last week, and we go for a breakfast tomorrow.
Ah, I thought you were going to the Sachsenwald to get a fake job.
I seriously would do that if someone would offer me that.
Okay, honestly, I also saw the magnet spikes and thought that this is a fucked up bow. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
What is it? Why
What
is
is-
it called magnet spike, even though there's nothing spiky about it?
Yeah, and you see it in action, like, oh, it's basically just one big curved blade, and then it transforms into a hammer. You're like, what is going on here? This feels illegal, and yet it's fun. Like, that's the thing. The moment you unlock extreme style, like, honestly, heaven style and such, it's already fun to play with, especially lands. But like, it's switch X with extra steps. I mean, to a degree.
It's
To a
more,
degree.
it's more clunky than Switch X, but it's a lot stronger.
I mean, you know what? At least it's actually more creative, because you see.
Yeah.
So basically, in the mainline series, you have like, oh, you know what? We had the base weapons, which are very generic in the first game. Like in the first game, they just had big sword, lance, bowgun, hammer and shit, and then they were like, oh, maybe we should do variants, and then they made the hunting horn, sword, dual swords, etc. All the ones we know. And then in the third generation, they were like, we need something new, and then they were like, what about an axe?
No,
That
sword.
trans-
Yeah, an axe, yeah.
I think it was it. Is
Yeah,
it? Is
it's
it
an
sword
axe.
first?
Yeah, it's an
It's
axe.
an axe that transforms into a sword, and you're like, okay, cool. It's a bit something new. And then the fourth generation, they were like, we need a new weapon, and like, what about a sword? That transforms into an axe. Okay, how the fuck did they get away with that? Also, I guess insect life, swish swish. And then magnet spike, and you're like, oh, magnet spike, it's a transforming weapon. Yeah, but at least it's, I do not fucking know what this thing is, transforming into a hammer.
Into a hammer-like weapon.
Oh god, this is amazing. But yeah,
that has like several moves, and you can switch in between, because you have to keep in mind you can magnet dodge with the R1 button and together with your normal buttons. You can press L2 and shoot your magnet gun to put a magnet pin basically on the enemy. And if you have that, depending on how close you are, you can either repel with L2X or get close with L2 triangle. And in your combos, after mostly 3, you can press triangle and circle to do a finisher. And in between your combos, you can also press select with an attack to switch between the modes. And then you loading up your weapons with attacks, which you can magnetize with R1 and select. Because of course.
yeah.
And besides all your elements and status effects, you also build up magnetism. And when the monster is fully magnetized, you can press R1 and triangle, followed by R1 and triangle and circle, and do a magnet pin, which is the strongest move in the game. With the event going, it has a movement value of 750, I think, which can even be increased with some special skill. And others can attack while you do that. So it's a completely overloaded piece of crap, and I love it.
Yeah. Honestly, I get you. They got away with it because like I'm not flaming the charged blade. Like, it is a unique concept. It's just funny to say the
Really,
new weapons back to back, where a sword that becomes an axe, the axe that becomes sword, and sword that becomes axe.
next time, because the lances have no sharp edge anyway, they should have in the front of the lance like a grip, and you can just swap it around and it becomes a hammer.
Honestly, a fun fact: when I first saw footage of the charged blade, when the Japanese release was, I actually thought this was just Sword and Shield. That this was their way to upgrading Sword and Shield, to just make the shield bigger and allow it to transform into an axe. Because Sword and Shield was a bit underpowered. But no, turns out it was just a new weapon. Honestly, I feel like if we want to do maybe I should actually play Wilds with Charge Blade. Maybe I should actually commit to a Charge Blade one day. I mean, we do want
I
to
know that
stream
seems weird to say as a magnet spike user, but it seems overly complicated of a weapon.
Yeah, that's bold of you to say. I mean, also we kind of want to stream 4 at one point, but Nintendo hates emulation stuff, so whoops, not anymore. We're then
Nintendo
probably
doesn't
put a
have to
gun
know
in the
that you
lance, we
use
don't
an
be
emulator.
transforming lances. Oh well. So yeah, oh god, it's 5 a.m. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I need to get some sleep today before,
Ugh,
The
I'm
next,
actually about to sleep myself.
you,
Oh my guys.
I mean, you will go to sleep at a reasonable time. I go to sleep at 5 a.m. Just saying,
Go to bed.
Yeah, but it was fun having you here. Thank you for ranting with us about Elon Musk and stuff. Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. We'll take care.
Yeah, and everyone else, see you tomorrow for Ghostwire Tokyo, because we have to explore a lot of Akihabara. No, not Akihabara. Shibuya, not Akihabara. Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Also, Marissa, thank you for being here. I don't need to tell that to Agonia because she's sitting right beside me. As
You can
always.
still thank her.
Yes, thank you for putting up with me for all the past 10
You
years.
should
Thank
give her
me.
money.
Thank you for putting up with me.
thank me.
I love you too.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
And everyone else. Oh, you're still you're doing your dumb sitting.
I'm just.
It's not dumb, it's smart sitting.
Yeah.
Oh, daily events updated. Well,
But not breeding season. You know what? I can hear endpoints.
Before you forget it,
Yeah, don't forget.
Before you
Yeah.
forget it, do it. Do it.
See, I have it.
See, good. Well done.
We wanted to end the stream.
Yeah, but still, good girl. You got your endpoints.
Shut up.
Yeah, have a wonderful evening, everyone, and see you tomorrow for Ghostwire Tokyo. Sleep well, have a wonderful rest of the evening, good dreams, good food. May the air not be polluted. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.